Hey, Comic Impact. We're taking a special tour in Archaia. Let's go see what's going on. This little company that's awesome.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm
Simon. I'm Stephen. Good to meet you.
Hey, same here. Wow.
Come in, guys. This is the Archaia office.
Okay.
I figured it's so rare that anyone ever gets a chance to see the inside of a comic book company, and they can see how unglamorous it is. But this is our LA office. Paul, our editor.
Hey,
associate editor. We have Mel in here, our marketing guy. I know, it's amazing, right?
Hey guys. Hello, Comic Impact readers.
We sit here all day, very boringly, and make
I don't think
books.
so.
Come on in, let's sit in our conference room.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Archaia.
Archaia is one of the largest independent graphic novel publishers in the country. We're a comic book company. We're one of the few companies that's focused just on doing hardcovers, which is something that has been a real boon to us as a way to set us apart from other people, because we really target just the book market as opposed to the direct market, which is what most comic companies go after.
Right. I've noticed you guys have amazing hardcovers. Anytime I'm at a show or anywhere, it's always like, wow, these are really well designed, put together.
Thank you.
Where does that come from?
It comes from just, the wonderful thing about working at Archaia is that we get to make the kind of books that we want to read.
Okay.
And just growing up, I think we all of us working here were such big comic book fans, and as we got older and taste developed and stuff like that, it became pretty obvious that there's a way to make comics a true art and preserve them in a way that's not just a floppy disposable issue. We wanted to be a comic book company that wasn't about collecting comics, but about reading comics.
And get the full experience.
Yeah, and get the full experience, and be able to sit down and read something where the experience doesn't just start and end in the pages of the comic the way it normally does, but the experience goes out to the whole design and the whole feel of the book itself. It's like the book is its own world that you're entering, kind of. That's what we kind of try to do with everything we publish.
And you're doing something pretty incredible for Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, we're doing a hardcover.
How crazy is that?
It's literally going to press today. It's very funny timing that you guys came. It's going to press today, and it's no one's ever done a hardcover before, and it's kind of crazy. We were very curious how people were going to react to it, because it's a hardcover that's an anthology. It's 48 pages, so it's like a graphic novella almost. Okay. And it has new stories from Mouse Guard, new stories from Rust, Cursed Pirate Girl, Cowboy, the debut of Labyrinth, or Jim Henson's Labyrinth.
David Bowie.
Bowie does not make an appearance in Free Comic Book Day, sadly, but there's
a lot of people
hooked,
right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of other good people there, and we have another Dapper Men story in there as well, which is gorgeous and stunning. So it's a thick book, and it's a meaty book, and we really wanted to make a statement with it. We wanted to say, this is what comics can be.
Right.
Why just be Free Comic Book Day when you can be Free Book Day?
Exactly.
That's kind of awesome. So
tell us a little bit about Mouse Guard. It's one of your big properties.
Yeah, Mouse Guard. I have an issue right here.
This is a few floppies actually from you guys.
Yeah, we still publish Mouse Guard as a floppy book, because that's the way it started, and it has kind of a really rich history with that. And this is the third issue from the Black Axe, which is the new Mouse Guard series that's coming out right now. And it's the third volume of Mouse Guard if you don't count the Mouse Guard Legends spinoff. Okay. And David Peterson, the creator, it's so amazing as a fan of his when you read these books, because he's created this entire world and these incredibly compelling characters, and you find yourself caring so much about these mice and these creatures. And the great thing to see is that every book David ups his game so much. I was on the phone with him a few days ago joking. He was talking about Fall, the first volume, and just saying basically how much he feels he's improved as an artist and as a creator since then. And I think all the books are amazing, but I think that you can see he goes from great to even better each book that comes out. So Black Axe is out right now. The hardcover collection of Black Axe is going to be out this fall.
Oh wow!
And we're really excited to have a new Mouse Guard book out.
And they're also available digitally, right?
They are available digitally on Graphically and ComiXology.
So you guys both have both of the big ones?
Yeah, we have. We've really been upping our digital presence lately, and we want to make sure that our books are available to people in that way. And Mouse Guard, I've actually heard of a lot of people who have started reading Mouse Guard through the digital way of doing things.
Cool.
So,
what else do you got for us?
I wanted to show you guys some of the books that we put out this past year that I thought fans of your site would like. We did our first prose.
I like Planet of the Apes.
There you go. What did you think of the new movie?
Loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we did the first Planet of the Apes novel, and this is an illustrated novel, gorgeous Jim Steranko cover. It's called Conspiracy of the Planet of the Apes. And it's a really cool book. It's very cool for fans of the original series because it takes place in between the first and the second movie.
Oh, nice.
And it kind of really explains a lot of the, I'm trying to find some of the good illustrations here. So it's like these gorgeous full-page illustrations along with the text. And it just kind of covers a lot of ground in between the original movies, but it's still kind of accessible enough and interesting enough that fans of the new film can really get into it.
Right.
This was one of our biggest books of last year, and we were really happy with the demand that we found for it. This is one of my favorite books that we did, Rust by Royden Lepp.
And I heard there might be a motion picture coming out with that.
There is. We sold the rights for the book to Fox as a movie with Simon Kinberg attached to produce, who is producing Neil Blomkamp's new movie right now, and Aline Brush McKenna attached to write. Aline did 27 Dresses and The Devil Wears Prada, but the big kind of action thing that she did that's going to be huge in the next few years is Walt Disney's Cinderella remake.
The new one, right?
Yeah, the new one. They're doing a live-action Cinderella. So she found, we gave Rust to her, and she just got so excited about it, and I'm really passionate about it. And we were lucky enough that she came on board and Simon came on board. And
so what is Rust about for someone that's never read it?
Rust is a really cool story. It's set on the American farmland, basically. Like imagine a ravaged, war-torn Kansas, as if there had been a great war around the time of the Depression or something like that. A war that was fought with robots.
Nice.
So you're in this Kansas countryside, and every few farms you see these hulking, rusted war machines, basically that have no use anymore now that this great war is over. And what happens is on this family farm, where we're following this family of four who've lost their father, and into this farm. The farmhouse actually crashes a young boy wearing a jetpack named Jet Jones, who has mysterious origins. You're not quite sure who he is or where he comes from. So into this family that has just gone through the loss of their father, you get this young boy basically who comes in who is not what he appears to be.
Okay.
So it's Transformers meets Field of Dreams, if I had to put a really douchey Hollywood spin on it.
Sounds interesting.
It's very cool. The thing that's amazing is that it's so great when you see someone debut on their first graphic novel and they just come out of the gate with such incredible work, and that's what Royden has really done with this. I mean, it's his first book, but he already is just such an incredible artist and writer, and he does everything on the book. I mean, he's very much like David Peterson in that he's the
I feel like you guys get that a lot.
We do, and what's nice too, what we've been really lucky with is we've been really lucky to have the opportunity to break new talent into the comics industry. I mean, David, Mouse Guard was his first book. Rust is Royden's first book.
Right.
We did Return the Dapper Men, which won the Eisner for Best Graphic Novel last year.
Which is an amazing, beautiful, and great book.
Thank you.
And there's more of the Return of the Dapper Man.
Yeah, there's more of that coming. There's more volumes of that. But Janet Leigh illustrated that book, and that was the first book that she illustrated. And I think that's another example of someone kind of coming in who the talent is all there already.
Right.
I love that. I love when you go to a bookstore and you find something that you haven't seen before, and you find a book you've never heard of before, and you open it up and the artist is, or the writer, or whomever is just breathtaking at what they do. You know,
That's like
so
discovering comics for the first time.
it is. It's discovering something new, and that's really kind of what we strive to do at Archaia. Like, we don't do any superhero books.
Right.
You know, we just really try to publish new content and new material and stuff people haven't seen before.
Okay.
You know, because people get bored.
Oh yeah, trust me, I get bored reading superhero stuff.
Yeah. It's boring, and it's nice to see new stuff.
And you also have some classic stuff, like
We
the
do.
one coming up. Right
Yes, we have a partnership with the Jim Henson Company, which has really been one of the best things to happen to the company in the last few years. And these were 2 of the 3 major Henson books that we released this year. The Storyteller is an anthology that has some incredible creators working on it. I don't know if you're familiar with the Storyteller. It's based on
I seen
the old 80s show that Henson did. So on this one we have Roger Landridge, Marjorie Liu, Ron Mars, Craig Russo,
Right, you got big names on
May
there.
Cosby, Chris Eliopoulos, Katie Cook, Evan Shaner, Jeff Parker. I'm consulting the back here. There's so many
We
names.
like Jeff Parker.
You know, it's what this book does is it takes classic myths, you know, kind of really classic old fables, and retells them for a new audience. So it's so much fun, kind of as a reader, to be reintroduced to these myths that you might have heard before in some way, but seen it reinterpreted, you know, with the spirit of Jim Henson is something that's really fun.
So you guys have a bunch of stuff for all ages, like Tumor's not really for kids.
No, Tumor is not for kids at all.
But then you got Dark Crystal, you got Return of the Dapper Men.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we really try to have something for everyone, and I think that's really that's a very important thing to do, especially if you're going to try to grow new readers in comics. And one of the things I love when we go to conventions is you see families come into our booth together. So you'll see parents and you'll see kids, and I love the fact that they can come in and the parents can walk out with something that they're going to love and that is going to be an amazing comic for them, and the kids can walk out with something. You know, there's so few comic companies that do that, you know, and that have the ability to hit those different audiences, and that's one of the really fun things about working here, is that we can do that. We can be working on Tumor,
Right.
you know, or something like that, or working on the Killer, and then go work on the Dark Crystal after that. So it's great, you know.
Speaking of the Killer, it's a foreign book. It's from France.
Yes,
You guys get a lot of properties recently.
we do. We license a lot of properties from overseas. That's kind of been something we've been well known for. The Killer's one of our very popular books. Secret History and Oko are both books that have been out for a few years now that are gaining a lot of traction, a lot of fans, and that's kind of one of the things that Mark Smiley, our founder, is really spearheading, is really just trying to bring to American audiences some of these great works from Europe that they haven't been exposed to before, they haven't seen before.
Right.
And I think it's, you know, Mark is picking some really, really cool titles that are coming out. There's a book that we just released called Blackfire, which is it's a horror book. It's basically set in Russia, and it's about these soldiers that wander into a small Russian town way, way, way up in the mountains that's completely deserted. That's a ghost town.
Sounds creepy already.
It's really scary. It was so weird. I was reading it for the first time, and it's so rare to read a comic and be genuinely scared by it. And Blackfire is genuinely scary, and I think that's something that you can so rarely say about, you know, a lot of books.
So how long does it take from, like, take the Russian book like Blackfire
Yeah.
to get it translated in English and have it from purchasing the rights to having it on shelves in stores?
Well, it all depends. I mean, usually, you know, if you are rushing,
Right.
you know, you can get the rights to something and, you know, have it be in stores in a few months.
Okay.
But with us, usually, I mean, we plan out our schedule about a year to a year and a half ahead. So we're, you know, we're getting the rights and then translating it, and, you know, our actual publishing schedule works so far ahead that it's usually about a year between it being published in Europe and being brought over here.
Okay. Do you have any favorite properties from overseas that you personally are I'm so excited that these are now in English? And
Yeah, I mean, I love Oko. Oko is a book that we published that's kind of this supernatural samurai story, and it's so cool because it's like, it's hard to describe it. To me, it's like a combination of the kind of tone of Miyazaki
Okay.
with the action of a samurai film with the storytelling of Tintin, kind of. It sounds really weird, but
No, it works.
yeah, but it's such a fun adventure, and it's so beautifully illustrated. Hub is the creator's one name, like Cher, just Hub.
Right. Or Jay.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm so excited every time a new one of those books comes out. I love it. So
That's cool. How do you guys find talents also? Because you have a lot of big names now that
haven't-
come to you, but a lot of people got their start also, like you were saying.
We have an open submissions policy, and I think that's something that's been really helpful. We get most of our submissions from people just coming to us, and saying, we want to do this, basically. And that's what's so exciting, is it's finding those new talents and those new people who can come in and really make their mark. We have a great book coming out this summer in time for Earth Day, called "I'm Not a Plastic Bag."
I saw that in the little catalog.
Yeah, and that's by a new creator named Rachel Hope Allison, and it's a story about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's literally a patch of garbage in the Pacific Ocean that is huge. I think it's like the size of Texas or something. And this book is a silent storybook. It's like a comic book, but a storybook too, kind of. And it's gorgeously illustrated, and there's no words, and it's just such a wonderful education, with, if you will, about this thing that's kind of happening. And we're doing something really cool with that. For every tree that it takes to print that book, we're planting 2 trees.
Wow.
In association with, we're working with like 3 different environmental organizations
That's
with
great.
this book. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So you're kind of actually giving art to the world and giving more life to the world.
Trying to.
Yeah, I mean,
when you put it that way.
Didn't mean to get all deep on you.
Yeah, no, it's cool. That's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. Well,
good stuff.
you guys have some amazing stuff, and you guys are going to be at all the big shows, I'm sure.
We will. We'll be at C2E2 this year in Chicago. We'll be at WonderCon in Anaheim. We'll be at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be at New York Comic-Con. We're going to be doing some other smaller conventions in between there, and we love our fans. Like we seriously. We have the best fans in the world, and they're so supportive. We love meeting new people, so I would love it if people came and checked us out.
And you guys always have good deals also at your booth.
We do buy one get one free on
Who
all
does
our
that?
titles. All our
Really
titles
nice
at conventions.
hardcovers and all.
Really nice hardcovers. So it's like you can get these 2 books.
And then get Russ.
Well, you do buy 2 get 3 free.
Oh.
That's even crazier. So you
Alright.
buy 2 hardcovers and you get 3 for free. But you can buy Storyteller and get Dark Crystal for free, or vice versa. So you're paying basically $20 for 2 incredible hardcovers. So
Cool.
it's exciting.
Yeah. Thank you for showing us around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was glad you guys
Same
came.
here.
It
Yeah.
was fun.
Cool. Comic Impact. Stay tuned for more stuff and a lot more Archaia coverage. We love these guys.